Dire team ban. Fnatic's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Fnatic's turn to pick.
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me? Excellent. This is what I like to hear. Apologies in advance for any Dota TV audio issues that may occur, but you know, we're working on it.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Dire team pick. Fnatic's turn to pick.
And Medusa has been extremely popular in the last week or so. I mean, we saw previously Virtus Pro would pick it quite a bit, but now it seems to have spilled over into the mainstream teams. A lot of teams are picking it now. I mean, it fits the metagame. You know the game's going to go really late, so you might as well pick a hero that's good after 40 minutes. And I think the average time for games in 6.82 is over 40 minutes compared to just over 30 minutes in the last patch. So when you have Medusa, going past that 40-minute mark is really when she starts to shine. So it makes a lot of sense.
Fnatic's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impossible, I think, to think of Wisp without thinking of No Tail, obviously. And he was one of the strongest players on it. He still is. But now with him departing the team, it looks like, Hani has probably brought some similar playstyles still. I know that he is someone who always has an impact on the draft, no matter whether he's captaining or not. So would not be surprised, we see these sort of similar styles with this new era here of Fnatic. But I like picking the IO here because occasionally you just force out a couple of free bans against you because, in that second phase, it's going to be tempting for them to ban out, Chaos Knight or Tiny. And it doesn't always happen, but sometimes you just get free bans out of it if, that's not what your intention is.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's definitely the most often. Well, they're gonna let Fnatic get whatever they want. So they have not banned out either of the most common. I mean, gyrocopter has also been pretty common in the sort of recent times of the Wisp pickups, and it's not. I don't know if it's quite as good, but it doesn't seem terrible. I mean, it's good mobility. If you can get him to the fight, then he can do tons of damage, but then he doesn't really lose anything from just farming the entire time.
Remaining.
So.
5 seconds
Yeah, I
remaining.
mean, the appeal obviously for like Cast9 and Tiny is that you can relocate in and you have like an instant really good stun. Obviously, Gyrocopter does not really have that, so yeah, I don't know. Dad.
Timber Saw!
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Needs assassin.
Dire team pick.
I hope not. I think as a support, Nyx is not very good. You really need the levels. You want to get the Vendetta as soon as possible, so you can roam around the map, try to get ganks off, and as a support, you don't get that.
10
you don't get that at
remaining.
all. So I mean, against like a Medusa lane, I think it's actually pretty good.
5 seconds remaining.
The Spike Carapace is fairly good against Mystic Snake. So there's a lot of appeal to put Nyx Assassin against Medusa. They have Ogre Magic for a hard stun and Rubik as well, so he's going to have to be a little careful in regards to getting locked down and killed, but obviously we know Nyx has really good HP regeneration, so if that doesn't happen, then he's going to be able to just hang out in this lane.
Slog.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah, this I'll be interested to see if he sticks around for the next series, but having crit might actually be a little beneficial for as far as servers go. Come with me and Arise. Both are from Romania, I believe, and ping is not great to any server really from there, but especially not to US East. So.
Fnatic's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Wow, dude.
5 seconds remaining.
Jeez, but I mean, this is something I meant to talk about. You mentioned Timbersaw versus the Wisp. Wisp, as much as it doesn't seem like it, is a strength hero. So that's part of the reason why Io just gets absolutely blown up by the Timbersaw. I mean, who thought that was an okay idea? He's a ball of light. Let's make him a strength hero. Come on, that's a flavor fail. I mean, I know if he was like int, then he'd probably be probably like way too good. But I mean, I'm just saying, man, he's a ball of light. How's that a strength hero? Brewmaster, that's a strength hero. He's a goddamn man. Wisp is just... He's literally a ball of light. There's nothing manly about that. That's like something... Yeah, Axe is a strength hero, but Wisp is something, you know, a girl like pulls out of her purse. You know, that's what I imagine Wisp as. Goddamn right, I'm right. Troll actually banned out here,
10 seconds
and
remaining.
He's slowly becoming a little bit more popular, and
5 seconds
he also has.
remaining.
I mean, I've seen him more recently than I have previously. Maybe obviously with the exception of Fauda, but he also, I think, is fairly annoying with Medusa. The battle trance is pretty good on Medusa. Especially late game. Battle trance with like a Scotty sounds pretty brutal to me.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Disruptor.
Yeah. This like goes back to like Mao's, you know. Pycat definitely played really manly heroes on that team. Axe was definitely one of them, and I don't know, man. Axe, I'm always very skeptical. I guess when you have like relatively squishy supports like Wisp and Disruptor, it seems okay. It's pretty bad against like Slark, just because it's so easy for him to stay above that threshold with his ultimate. I mean, I guess it's okay against Nyx as well. So maybe there is good reason to pick that here against these, a couple heroes that are pretty squishy. Yeah.
Prepare for battle.
Oh, Mop,
all right, we're good.
All right, I'll be back in like half a second. I just have to deal with something.
All right, we're both dealing with things. Here we go. Fnatic versus Team Tinker. A bit of an inauspicious start for us here over at Dota Pit, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, this evening, this afternoon, depending on where you live. You know what? It's the morning for me, so I'm going to call it that. Team Tinker's Bulba. I've had a lot of experience with him over the past week. He's going to be on your Ogre Magi. We'll see EGM playing Rubik with a Harlequin set, it almost looks like. And yep, it is a Harlequin set. I'm right. Awesome.
All right, things are dealt with.
Koikflow is going to be on the Medusa. Good. I'm glad that you're back. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Sing Sing getting encroached upon, but he is on the Timber Saw. He's playing the off lane, interestingly enough. And then mid lane, it is going to be Pycat on your Axe. So we see this very often, but no team like Team Tinker likes to switch around the lanes. I mean, like, they swap them all over the goddamn place.
Really,
it's ridiculous.
Teams like EG have been talking about versatility on their team, but I think a team like Team Tinker, you really have a lot of players that are experienced in a lot of roles. I mean, Bulba is experienced in a lot of roles. He's played mid, support, off lane, Sing Sing. Probably one of the less versatile people on the team, but, you know, I think more for Team Tinker comes down to who plays what, rather, like, as heroes as opposed to lanes. But Pycat as an Axe up against a Rise seems like a pretty decent matchup.
But at the same time, Rise does pick up a double damage rune down to the bottom rune spot for Disruptor. You talked about Pycat Axe up against a Rise and the Brewmaster. That matchup, I think, is a bit closer than people anticipate because you have Thunderclap versus the counter Helix. So, I mean, it couldn't go either way. Counter Helix level 1 is not all that great. He does get one spin off, and Arise is already getting pushed back, so he's already getting flushed a little bit. Pycat should have a decent time in this lane, I guess, as things move forward here. But we'll have to wait and see. And as far as introductions go for Fnatic, would you like to take care of that?
I would be honored. It's going to be Rise on the Disruptor. We've got Hani. He's going to be on the Slark. Crit going to be on the Io or the Wisp. In the mid lane, we've got a Rise on the Brewmaster. And all the way up top, it's going to be Ace on the Nyx Assassin.
Bulba running up Ace in the top lane. This is a Nyx Assassin who has Spike Carapace. Probably is going to level that up pretty soon here, but Bulba is zoning him out rather effectively. More often than not, I've seen a lot of Ogre Magi's go for Ignite level 1. And this is not a core Ogre either. And this is one of the few teams I've seen run this Ogre out of its core element, which is, I mean, he is, you know, by default a support, but it's interesting to see Bulba play him. He has some rough games with him, but he should be okay. Pycat and Rise spinning in the mid lane. Pycat already uses Berserker's Call. There was some rotation coming through from EGM, but it was a bit too late to help get that kill, and I don't think they would have gotten it even with telekinesis. So they try to go for something sneaky. They don't get it. Ace still getting zoned out in the top lane. Meanwhile, it's farm central for both the Medusa and the Slark and their respective safe lanes.
Yeah, so now it's basically going to be on the Slark here to make something happen. Obviously, the Medusa will be completely okay with just free farming for a while, but Hani, he's meant to put some pressure on. After he picks up his treads, probably, Blink Dagger, extremely popular. On safe lane Slark, sometimes you just go straight for a scout. Ace is actually just getting owned by Bulba. Look at this.
A haste rune. There is the Impale that might have just saved his life. Bulba is not going to dive under the tower. Had that Impale not gone, he might have been able to do so. He's going to rotate back over to mid and maybe look for a Rise or Courier, which is, by the way, not flying yet. There is a bottle all ready for a Rise, but he's not pouring it out, obviously. So Bulba's sitting and waiting, and he might be patient for nothing, especially if this Courier gets upped by the time he's staying here. And if he sees it's 3 minutes, he's just going to back away. He realizes there's no way he's going to get that Courier killed. Unless they're looking for a dive, which I don't know. They could be doing that.
Yeah, I think he was just hoping for the free pick off there. You're right about that one, but does not get that one, unfortunately, and well, that's okay. I mean, Sam's still doing fine here. He's done his job against Ace, sort of just dealing with him. He's only level 2. Koikova is just getting absolutely everything in this top lane, which, we know all about Koikova's ability to farm, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he does perform on this Medusa as we get later into the game here.
Yeah, I'm reminded of Kuro playing this hero and how effective he was. I think that was at ESL New York, and it's sort of similar in regards, but Koikova, I think, I mean, it's always nice to have a good start on Medusa, but it really comes to that point where you have to get, like, Phase and a Lincoln Spear in order for you to be super successful and be able to farm effectively, especially with Split Shot, like getting a Yasha as well. That's when you first really start farming like crazy.
Yeah.
And even then, you don't farm as fast as, say, like an Anti-Mage with the Battle Fury, so... Meanwhile, bottom lane, Singson getting caught out of position. He will go down. They do use Crits, Wisps, Io, Spirits coming through to get the kill on Rise. Didn't even have Thunderstrike. He actually just right-clicked him to death, with Glimpse obviously coming into play there, and Kinetic Field. So they catch him out. They get a kill. First blood going the way of Fnatic.
That's a pretty big win, honestly, for Fnatic, clearing out some space here. Hani is, he's doing really well. I mean, 21 last hits, 27 for the Medusa, so Medusa getting a bit better farm here, but literally Medusa is in her own world. I mean, Ace has not even really been close to this lane. All Koikova has to do is walk up. See, there's that Spike Carapace coming into play. That is extremely annoying as Medusa. Mystic Snake, obviously, extremely easy to spike, so he might even just stop doing that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to do that, honestly, unless he keeps zoning him out. Like, unless Ace is just running at him or just, like, pushing up into the lane like he is now. Spike is on cooldown for a decently long time at his first level, so I guess he could use it again pretty soon, but...
There's a very small period of time where he's able to do that.
Yes.
But if he does level up Spike, then he won't be able to, but that's pretty unlikely. So he'll be able to get some harass off here with this. He has gone for treads, so using Mystic Snake is almost free
Radiant's bottom
in terms
tower
of mana
is
costs.
under attack.
Well, if you get 2 targets with it, the tread switching makes it very, very efficient.
You can imagine Koikova will be tread swapping.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happening.
That's not an issue. That's like, a non-issue for
when you buy treads, that's why you buy treads on that hero. It's like, you know that you're not really going to be under any pressure. You're just going to be able to sit in your lane, spam out Mystic Snake, clear out yourself some room, and it works pretty well. So
really good for farming, obviously. And meanwhile, the main concern for me for Fnatic is obviously getting their Blink Daggers / getting involved early on. You talked about Hani's effectiveness earlier in the game. Arise, same can be said for him. Right now, EGM is getting farmed here in the lane, and I like what they've done here. They've sent Pycat into the jungle, and he's farming very quickly to get to that Blink Dagger. And luckily, if for any other hero, they'd be annoyed by Mud Golems, but Pycat is just like, screw you, man. I got counter helix. That's physical damage. You're both dead, you stupid-looking Mud Golems. How dare you? We'll get 1800 gold. Fire Blast is going to go. No multi-cast, obviously, not level 6 yet. EGM coming through, but here comes Arise as well. Big 3-man Impale. There's the telekinesis going. They cannot get the kill. They all lined up for that one, and they get a nice Impale coming through from the next assassin, so...
And this is actually really, really, really nice for Tinker. The fact that EGM is able to just sit here, get level 6 much quicker now that Pycat is sort of in and out of the lane. This is really good for Rhythmic because obviously the level 6 is extremely good. Sing bottom lane, he's going to go down again.
Getting caught out. Hani getting the kill with the Cons, it looks like. Actually, Disruptor yet getting involved again. Still no Thunderstrike for the Disruptor. He's going to have the burst damage. He just has the Glimpse, which is fine, I suppose. But yeah, he's level 4. He's on the point, so...
This is not great for Sing, but he's actually really under level too. They're doing a really good job pressuring him.
Well, I mean, as long as he's not feeding away like a kill every minute or so, they still have they still have Quake on the top lane farming freely. Yeah, they would like to give the Hani the kills, but still.
I mean, Ace is level 5, Sing Sing is level 3.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Split mid lane, Pycat getting caught out with the Boulder Toss coming through. Io does come through the overcharge as well. Pycat gonna go down to the Ember Spirit, or excuse me, the Fire Spirit, using his permanent elimination. He gets the kill.
Immolation. Elimination. That's what happens when you get it. That's what happens when you leave a tournament.
I said immolation, not elimination.
I'm just blaming. I don't know.
Just started clowning. I hate you, Greg. Meanwhile, Bulba and Ace in the top lane, sparring off a bit. The pole's still going through. 58 last hits coming out for the Axe, but he does go down to the mid lane. However, this does give some room for EGM to get to level 4, which is great. And they need some level for their supports. Io is sitting at level 5, however, Crit's having a nice job. Rise is sitting at level 4, so they're both doing rather well for themselves. Thunderstrike, Glimpse, all of their abilities that they really need are up, with the exception of their ultimates, which are pretty big in this case. You think about a Disruptor's ultimate and an Io's relocate. Those are some pretty big abilities coming through. So, meanwhile, Pycat jumps in. Ace getting caught out. Look at the damage coming through from Pycat, as well as Quake Buff, Mystic Snake, and the right click. Plenty to get the kill in that top lane. Ace was not ready for the jump in from Pycat, who just got his Blink Dagger, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's good timing for his Blink Dagger, and that's obviously going to be very helpful. And you can easily get a free kill off that. They do just that, no problem. Hani has finished up Treads here. Aquila, he also has an Orb of Venom, and Orb of Venom is very good against Timbersaw. Obviously, you get a lot of extra damage you might not otherwise get, and I'm interested to see where he decides to go here. I mean, Blink Dagger is an option. Shadow Blade is an option.
It's usually always Blink, I feel like, recently.
Yeah, I mean, Blink is much more popular these days. It lets you be much more aggressive, and obviously detection doesn't just ruin you. But I mean, when you're free farming like this in the safe lane, there's a possibility he just gets involved in some kills and then just goes immediately for a Scotty, depending on how well he is farming. Which right now, I mean, he's farming really well, so.
Again, he has the third most net worth, that behind, obviously, Pycat, as well as the Medusa, but that could change very quickly with a couple of kills. Medusa's sitting at 1,300 gold in the bank, 1,400 now, so Quake was saving up a lot of money. We already know what Pycat has in terms of his Blink Dagger. He is ready to go. He's got Blink Tranquils, man. This is time for, you know, Axe to have some action, so we'll see if we can find a kill, whether on Rise or somebody else around the map. Sing Sing is getting farm in the mid lane, so again, this is just Team Tinker utilizing the map very effectively. Get your mid laner out, get him some farm in the jungle, you know, have someone else take the farm mid, and have EGM soak up all of the experience. Smoke of Deceit gang coming from Pycat, as well as Bulba. We'll see what they can find. The Rise is here. He does have Primal Split, by the way, so they'll have to lock him down very effective to get the kill. Meanwhile, Greg disconnects from the game.
I'm back, no problem.
Oh.
That was tactical.
Tactical indeed.
Yeah, I had to resize my window. The setup I'm working with today is not ideal, but it looks like we're all under control now, so.
Welcome to C game from Ace on the Rise. Meanwhile, Blink, the Circus Call going in. They're going to try to kill the Disruptor. They do relocate coming in. A Rise coming in. There's the split as well. Pycat in some trouble, getting Bloodlust and trying to get out. There's the kill. Beautifully done from Ace. Pycat looks like he will fall. Could not get the Culling Blade off. Bulba in some trouble now. Help, get me out of here. I'm just an ogre. Oh, God. Bulba's about to go down. Fable keeping him alive. There's the Fire Blast. Sing Sing coming in with the Chakram. He will get the kill. Looks like the right click doing the job there. Bulba's so damn tanky. They cannot bring him down. A 2-for-1 exchange when it's all said and done. And the Primal Split used as well on top of it. Team Tinker is the better end of that trade. But while that is all happening, guess who's farming across the map?
Hani and Quake both just free farming. That was really, really well played there by Team Tinker. And part of it does honestly come down to the fact that Ogre is just such a tanky support. You mentioned he just lived through that entire fight basically without a problem, and almost 900 HP on that hero, 850. So that's pretty absurd at level 5.
I made
Zero
this joke.
items.
Exactly. I made this joke when I was casting with Dakota. I was just like, where does Ogre have all of this armor? He's not even wearing a goddamn shirt. I don't understand how he gets all of this 8 armor. It's kind of just Look at him.
You play those games, and the ones with the big headpieces are like, you can instantly kill them with a headshot. And you're like, all right, Shadows of Mordor, you're cool. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, man.
It's just like they give you these statistics, these variables that probably shouldn't exist, but do.
But Ogre Magi, he's got a leather belt. It's better than nothing.
That's
You know?
that's just
That's-
that
it
pretty
has
much
8
is
armor,
nothing.
dude.
That's not 8 armor. That belt is not 8 armor. Ace is running up on the high ground right now. He's got Vendetta. He's looking for Quake. So this could be a big pickoff. There is Stone Gaze and Mana Shield. So Ace, this is a tough kill, buddy. Misses the impale, but they're relocating on top of him. The R button's gonna get pressed for Quake, I think. There it goes. Blink Berserker's call. Hani getting caught out with this. Meanwhile, Crit, he's facing towards Quake while he gets Stone Gazed up. 60 blows him up. My God. You talk about Io being a strength hero. Rip in peace, my friend. They still going forward again. They're still chasing after Hani. Pycat looking for the skill. Berserker's call is available. There it goes. All right, jumps right into it. The Coin Blade might be there, and it is. They don't even need it. Boba gets the kill with Fire Blast. What a goddamn disaster for Fnatic. Oh my God, Team Tinker just ran train on them.
Yeah, Tinker has a pretty surprising amount of damage. I mean, those heroes are just melting. Like, Rise and Hani just got completely owned there, and it's just so early that neither of them had any sort of items to make them any tankier, and it looks like Hani's actually going to be going for a Shadow Blade.
I saw this yesterday, and I'm like,
yeah, I mean, it's really, the Shadow Blade is a bit better for picking off supports, like solo. So if you're trying to just pick off supports to push down towers, it can be good because the extra damage from the attack is extremely relevant against the supports. It also might help them a little bit against the Medusa, but Arbon's going to be annoying for that.
Force is getting split on right now. Again, Mana Shield is pretty good, but now he's out of mana and static. I think Force is going to fall here. He does slip away. He sticks up as well, but the Boulder toss and the Glimpse coming back in. Force will work off. Blink Berserker's call. Crit almost going to fall, and Will 60 comes in with the Timber Chain and zaps him down. Arise getting caught down. No mana left to clap at all. Boba has Fire Blast in 2. Pycat chasing after he's got called, but he can't play forward. Now he will. Arise, slam and jam. Pycat takes 1. He's going to take 2. The dunk's a real Pycat, the dunking master. He might even get 3 if he catches out Arise, which should be a big... oh, there it goes. What a man. Pycat with the triple kill. It's all worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Fnatic there, they try to get Koikba, and as a result, pretty much their whole team dies. Yep. That's a small disaster. Well, that's actually a pretty large disaster for them. And Pycat is going crazy this game, and I mentioned, you know, in the draft, some of these heroes just do not have a lot of HP, and Pycat is certainly abusing that.
This is a Pycat hero if I've ever seen one in my life.
Yeah, he's playing well too.
I mean, Pycat is a guy that'll pick Bounty Hunter and then build Dagon with that hero. In fact, he'll build Dagon on just about every hero, but Pycat is known to go manly, and this is one situation where, in fact, he is going manly. But he is getting some good help. Bulba's setting up some nice kills with Fire Blast, obviously. EGM has done some nice telekinesis, and on top of that, he has Thunderclap. We haven't really talked about EGM, but... you know, he's starting to get involved here. We've talked about all the other supports in Fnatic in general, but EGM's playing a heck of a game too, so...
yeah, he's been at pretty much, you know, more than half the fights. He's been at 6 of the 11 kills, but he's also level 8, which is a huge deal for Rubik, just getting that early level 6 and trying to make an impact as soon as you can with the spell steal. There's a lot of good stuff here to grab. Clap, Impale, Slark counts is okay. But all Disruptor spells are good. Thunderstrike's not ideal, but the rest are pretty much amazing.
Yes.
There's a lot of good options here for EGM.
Yeah, this is really
Impale,
a Rubik's
I think,
dream.
is number 1, though. This is what you really want.
Yeah, exactly. This is Rubik's dream game. I mean, he has Clap right now, and that's not even the best spell to steal in the game, but... I mean, it's a pretty good one at that point. For Fnatic, where do you go from here? I think they have to do some relocate ganks off, but with the heroes they have and how far behind they are, if they relocate even a little bit out of position, then all of a sudden this becomes a big issue because they're going to find themselves on the receiving end of deaths more likely than getting kills. So let's see if Fnatic can make any plays here in the next couple of moments. You can see that Hani's trying to get to a Shadow Blade now, and he actually has it flying out, but already... Team Tinker has so much farm on their cores that it's getting kind of ridiculous. Ace does come in, Sing getting impaled. They're going to get on top of this. This could be a good fight. Blink Clap, there's the split as well. Sing Timber Chase, but dies immediately. Koikba getting chased down. He's going to get up in the air right now. That's going to be the Cyclone. They should have Static Storm coming through. Pycat looking for a Blink target. Boba comes in as well. They're all going to back away. The relocate now done. Ace getting stunned up. Blink call, Rise rather, getting caught out. Meanwhile, Hani comes in as well. Static Storm. Pycat cannot slam the jam. He might fall here. And will. Rise getting the kill. The killing spree going the way of Fnatic. Boba getting chased down. Fire Blast going to go through, but the pounce, more than enough damage. Fnatic finally get a clean fight, and they pick up 3. But luckily for Team Tinker, Medusa does slink away during that entire engagement.
Yeah, and Medusa living there makes a huge difference for Tinkers. He's still just farming up, and it looks like he's actually not going to be going for Lincoln's build, at least yet. He has gone for the Yacha immediately, and that will let him farm a little bit faster. So I can definitely see the upside there. But Hani now starting to do a ton of damage in these fights, so Tinker need to be very, very careful of Hani. I'll be interested to see how actively they try to spot him out with detection. That is a fairly large commitment, but it's probably worth it. I mean, they have good ways to stop him if they do see him with Fire Blast, Lift, things like that. And Sing Sing is going to be going for a Bloodstone.
Yeah, that's unsurprising. I mean,
no surprise.
Timbersaw going for Bloodstone. Meanwhile, Blink Call, Arise is going to find out. Most available. Fire Blast is going to go. With Slam Jam not ready yet. Arise is going to get low, and now they have it ready to go. But Sing Sing will clean it up with Timber Chain, and of course, his Chakra coming through to get the kill. So nice play there. Getting that kill is very important, I think. Making sure he's down. Now they can push effectively. The last time Pycat tried to get the kill on Rise, and when he pushed down in the bottom lane to get that fight going. But Rise stayed alive long enough where he could get that ultimate off, and eventually Pycat got caught out of position. But speaking of getting caught out, Hani's 15 down. And there's the call going through Pycat. This is double Dark Pack does go. Now the ultimate coming out from the Disruptor. Meanwhile, Hani getting low. He does stick up and pounces through. Bulba into trouble. He'll get melted by Hani on that slug. Meanwhile, Pycat and the rest of the squad now backing away. Ace is Vendetta. He's looking for a kill. He's going to find a Vendetta. Hell misses on both. Meanwhile, jump in. They slam down Rise. They're looking for more. Hani gets blown up by the Timbersaw. Sing Sing with the Timber Chain. Chakra whirling death. Pika comes through. Vendetta came in from the EGM, getting the kill on that poor Io. Now double impale coming through Pycat, getting low. There's the split, but they will get it off. He tried to clap. He tried to use the Slam Jam. Didn't work. Pycat getting chased out. EGM got a double kill. And there's 4 dead now. Arise is the only one left. Sing Sing getting stunned up by the boulder toss. But still, Medusa farms freely while this is all happening. Sing Sing's going to pick up a haste rune as well. Boulder toss is going to go, but they cannot get this kill. Although Sing has no mana left, Arise cannot chase him down. And a great fight again from Team Tinker when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're just creating space for Quakefa, who somehow has almost 150 CS at 18 minutes. Quakefa he's a player, man. He has 40 CS over Hani, who's pretty much been free farming this whole time as well. Hani has been involved in the fights though, so there's your difference there. Bloodstone completed for Sing Sing at 19 minutes. After that,
relocate. Bulba's dead.
Oh boy.
Oh, he misses pounds, but
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's still dead. Hani's like, I don't even need to hit this leap, so. Quakefa is farming a big stack here. This is quite the stack.
Yeah, and I mean he is really farmed now. It looks like he might be transitioning into Lincoln's after the. Well, he has enough money where he could have just finished the Manta, so I assume it's going to be a Lincoln's.
Just buy the Manta, but he's the ultimate orb now, so yeah, I think he's probably transitioning to a Lincoln's. He buys something.
I mean, he's been getting kind of owned. He's going straight Scotty.
He's going Scotty. He bought another ultimate orb.
He's a man. I was gonna say, I mean, he's been getting glimpsed back in those earlier fights, so maybe he didn't want to die from that. That's
he's not going to die anymore. That's just, let's put it that way. Unless they devote everything to him.
If he finishes the Scotty, he's going to be pretty unkillable for a while anyway. I mean, scaling forward, then Hani is really the only one who can maybe kill him, but Slark is, having to deal with the Stone Gaze, so. I don't know, man. Medusa, one of those heroes that really just fits this metagame. The rest of your team just creating some space, then you come out at 30 minutes with like one big item, you take one fight, then you have another huge item, and then it's post 40 minutes and you're just unstoppable.
This is the first metagame I think we've seen Medusa in though, which is very exciting for Dota players because that enjoy Dota. Just because like, although the hero is just farmed for 40 minutes, she's still rather exciting when you do see her come out of the jungle and fight. You know what you're getting with the hero too, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very predictable pick, which in some metagames is bad, but in this metagame it seems okay, so.
Meanwhile, Ace is looking for a pick-off. Vendetta's coming through the jungle. Quakefa is sitting around just kind of chilling. They will not find anybody. At least Ace won't find anybody yet. They do ping out. They do see EGM. He is the prime target. If you want to kill somebody, EGM is probably the one you want to do so. This might be his first death, and in fact it will be. The Vendetta, the Impale, the Relocate, not even needed. Hani's like, hey, what am I doing up here? They actually are looking for Sing Sing. He TP's away. So nice play there coming up from Sing Sing, getting out of harm's way quickly. EGM, again, that was his first death, so that's a little bit of farm going the way of Team Tinker, or excuse me, Fnatic, as Ace does get the kill. So, meanwhile, bottom lane, right getting caught out, he's gonna die. So, you know, you're across the map, you get one kill that you thought, wow, we're doing really well now, but then all of a sudden you just lose one or two, even three more. So, but there's the scouting out in Koikva. Blink flat, split coming in. Ace, there's the static storm. Koikva in trouble. Managing to keeping him alive and afloat. He's just right clicking down. Rise now. Rise in trouble. Blink call. Slam one. Impale. Now Koikva gets in trouble. Now low in mana. Hani comes through. Split shot is targeted. Now forced up to the low ground. They're right clicking Ace down. He might fall. Koikva in the meantime taking some right click damage. There's the pouch. They do get the kill, but this is a horrible fight for Fnatic right now. There's another slam from Placket with the double kill. Arise getting chased down. Triple chain and the Jockman Roy get both miss. Arise is going to stand still. There's the third slam. Placket with yet another triple kill. And all are dead across the side of Fnatic. So even though they get Koikva, they have to use so much for it that it becomes not worth it at that point in time. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what's been happening for Fnatic. Unfortunately, they have too many squishy heroes that they just die. I mean, even Hani is getting blown up, and the tankiest hero they have is Arise, and only because of the fact that I mean, he's well, hold that thought. Ace is getting caught out. He might die here. Relocate in. Hani and Fred are going to try to fight this. Hani might get the kill on 60. Tippers up to the high ground. Ace gets slammed up by Pycat, however. Meanwhile, here comes Koikva. Rise to static from the Fnatic field. EGM getting chased down. He's still in trouble here. Telekinesis is not available. They bring him back, though, with the relocate, and that probably is for the better. As Team Tinker were taking that fight, and they're starting to snowball out of control, and Fnatic does not lend itself to a late-game type of team. I think Team Tinker are very, very, very close to being able to just snowball and take this game.
This does not feel good at this point. I mean, Koikva is just so farmed. Arise is going to be a hero play here. He does have split in 1 second, but if he uses it, then he can't grab the Aegis if that comes out. And, oh boy, Bulba, he's going to eat a stun here. Hani moving forward. Bulba going to go down. Hani trying to get enough damage here. Up in the air is Koikva. They're going to try to kill Roshan, get them some abilities. But no, Bycat comes in. He throws out the call. In the end, Medusa picks up the Aegis, and that's a disaster for Fnatic. All of that work is now completely wasted as they don't even get the Aegis. Koikva now just going to walk through these fights and start killing everyone. Arise is so slow. There's the comes back, but damage has been done here. Sing's going to work, and Koikva is contained. But well, they might actually do a turn on here, but no, Pycat and EGM in the back, and Koikva is just too big at this point.
He can't kill Arise, though, because of Drunken Brawler and Drunken Haze. It's actually just ridiculous. So, build an NKB, I think, Mr. Koikva. It's not that. Meanwhile, Glimpse back. Sing's going all the way back towards the middle lane. Rise, Ace, and the rest of them will get out, luckily. And if there's one thing you can take away from Fnatic in that fight is that they did take down Roshan. So, Koikva actually snatched the Aegis, even though they were the ones taking it. They didn't get the Roshan kill. However, they still have an Aegis nonetheless now on Koikva, which is frightening, at the very least. So,
yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, they can't even kill him once, really. So, how are they going to kill him twice?
It's tough. It's difficult.
Maybe he'll forget to turn on the Mana Shield after he comes back.
I mean, that's really the only way. Meanwhile, jump up from Pycat. Ace is going to get jammed. That was not the right time for that Pycat, but Ace still should fall here. He's going to go down to Timber Sauce Chakram coming in from Sing. It there was stolen, by the way, by EGM. So
right as he dies, that's a nice pickup. But that's really the target spell, and EGM has done a decent job getting it. Vendetta, he's gotten that as well to maneuver around the fights. So good play from EGM this game. I think he's kind of been the understated instigator here. He's been involved in a lot of the fights. He's had a lot of really good bits and just creating space for Koikva.
Wow. He is cycling his Vanish Shield. Koikva, we get it, buddy. That was funny, though, but Bloodlust is on Koikva, I believe. Now his attack speed is getting kind of ridiculous, and yeah, this is looking pretty good here, I think, for Team Tinker. So, Koikva looking to take down the Tier 3 tower. Ace is finally back up. They are not fighting. They're split pushing top with Hani as well as Crit. They're trying to put pressure on the Tier 3 tower, but jump in. Arise is going to split now. They have to back away. Impale, Vendetta. Impale misses. EGM's still alive. There's going to be the relocate in. Hani and Crit getting blown up, but meanwhile, they will lose the Timber Saw. Pycat does get a kill, however, on Rise. Make a kill streak for him. Pycat looking for him. Honey chasing after Bulba. There's the multicast. Doing some work with Bulba. Getting low. Split shot coming in. He's unloading on a rise, but here comes Hani. He will get the kill on Bulba finally. Still cycling up in the air. Meanwhile, Blink Berserker's call. Ace getting caught out. Slam Jam not there. No mana for it. Spike carapace. Pycat waits patiently, looking for this kill. Finally, we'll have to back away. Arise jumping back in with another clap, but again, Koik was just unloading on these racks as he's looking for the melee racks. He's going to get the missed chance coming in from the Drunken Brawler, Drunken Haze, excuse me. And the racks will finally take the ball, it looks like. Sing Sing and the rest of the squad looking to put some pressure on it. And they will do so. Flip is finally going to go, and time to back away.
I have to say, I mean, Arise has been playing these fights really well. He pretty much permanently put Koik up, and then all back goes Sing, and he's stuck inside the Underdome. He needs to go down.
And that was his 6 bloodstone charges down to 4, so they'll respawn in 30 seconds. However, they did not get the melee racks, which is that was the target they were looking for. Koik, I don't think has enough damage yet. He's getting close, but he's not quite there yet. Pycat is making a lot of space for Team Tinker and for Koikfa by just jumping in and doing a lot of the damage, but I really think Koikfa could use the benefit of another item. Like a Manta Style, an MKB obviously up against the Drunken Brawler and Drunken Haze of Fnatic.
MKB seems very good this game.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a good choice in this situation.
And it looks like he's going to buy Demon Edge.
There it is. Alright, so he's buying an MKB.
Yeah.
Well, we called it.
Good item choice. So EGM, he's going to be going for a Yule's next. He's purchased up the recipe. Just in an effort, I think, to stay alive. He can keep it to also disrupt the Hani a little bit if he can catch him with the Yules. So that can be pretty good.
So
there we go. They need to finish this. There's another split available, and now Koik was just going to be lifted for the duration of this fight, and Arise is going to have to go to work. But unfortunately, I think the rest of the team is not on the same page.
Raxes are gone. Fighting Delusions actually took it down. Another cycle comes in.
What are they waiting for?
I don't know what they're doing exactly.
They just wasted through all. How are they going to defend their base now? Crit and Hani don't come in for that fight. I think that's a huge mistake.
They waited for the Scotty,
okay,
I think,
that's
but that's still a set of racks going for a Scotty pickup coming out. That is just a full set of racks now taken down. The unfortunate thing for Team Tinker is they can't go bottom and take another set of racks. They have to go for the tier 2 tower, both bottom and top. That's really the big issue. So Hani at least gets some more room to work with here, but I don't know how much room he'll get. And even if he does get that room, what is it going to do for him against Koikfa, who now has almost an MKB? In fact, very close to it, about 1,000 gold away. So, again, no Primal Split, no Brewmaster Ultimate for another 45 seconds. That's pretty good. They'll have it by the next time they push the high ground, I think. But
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, things are not looking good for Fnatic. I mean, the biggest problem is just that Koikfa is so farmed that by the time Hani actually came up, Koikfa was already big enough where it wasn't that big of a deal. Stone Gaze has been pretty good, and, you know, they have good stuns as well, so those have been helping, and the combination, really the killing blow, it's just been Sing Sing plus Pycat this entire time. Eat a combo and fight, all your supports die, and that's been pretty rough for them to deal with.
Just too much burst AoE damage coming in from Team Tinker, like you mentioned, and Koik was only going to add to that, using his snake and more often than not using his right click. So Koik, again, he gets that much closer to getting his next item, and he's even going to stack up this Ancient Camp for himself yet again, so actually doesn't stack for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. I think Boba might have blocked that, fortunately. However, doesn't matter. Quick was still getting farm. Ace is Vendetta looking for a kill. He is very far across the river here. And they smoke up right underneath Ace. They realize the smoke broke.
Yeah.
They realize how awkward that was.
That's like the worst feeling. You're like, whoop.
They saw that one, guys.
Yeah, I guess they know.
So, the Silk Cross is actually dead for Pycat. That's actually ridiculous. That's an item that just makes Medusa, again, even scarier. I don't know how much I could say it, man.
I don't know how much scarier he can get, but it's getting
Medusa's pretty damn scary. Let me just put it that way, alright? Just frightening. She's a terrifying creature. Blink Berserker's Call comes through, but that's not onto any specific hero, but onto a creep whip instead. This ranged creep is leading the way. Looking at him hobble up to the high ground here, but here comes a bloodlusted melee creep. That's actually frightening. Get a melee creep. No, you're actually dead. Another Drunken Haze. MKB currently flying out. He's like, listen, in about 5 seconds, I'm not going to care about that.
And this is actually really good now. He can just kind of assault from the low ground a little bit.
And there he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more missing. Low ground assault for days for quick fun, and This becomes now very difficult for both Hani as well as Crit. They have to make a decision on when they need to fight. Hani's going to put pressure on the top lane, but in the process of doing so, they're going to lose their tier 3 down bottom and more than likely a set of racks. There is no way they push nearly as fast as they do in the bottom lane. They're going to have to relocate in. Tier 3 has been taken. No glyph coming out. The melee rack looks like it will take a slow blink. Berserker's Call actually misses. Telekinesis on Ace. Fire Blast coming in. Arise trying to get his ult off, and he will do so. Ace, Highcat does miss the slam jam yet again. Poison still right clicking away. The Brewlings are absolutely getting destroyed. The Air Brewling, and now the Earth Brewling has to get out, but it's getting low. Brewling gets stunned up. He's going to take a spill. Hani gets a double kill on the back end of this, but at what cost? Hani's trying to go in and fight. Big Impale, that might be enough. Koikba has no Aegis. Arise jumps back in this time. There's going to be the ultimate from Koikba doing some work here. Arise is no split. Arise about to fall so slow. Look at the pings. The right click. Pew pew. Koikba going to work, but Koikba will finally go down, and they defend their base. In the meantime, Pycat is going in. He's looking for Rise. He will have to back away out of the middle entrance of the base. And the leap just misses for Pycat getting Scotty down. Hani going to work. Pycat in some trouble. The counter heal is doing nothing into the damage. Crit's overcharge is absolutely obliterating them. And Hani successfully gets a double kill, mega kill streak. They defend the base, and the range racks and the melee racks will both survive.
Well, that's a step in the right direction, but now Team Tinker are just going to come back to the Aegis, and I think if Fnatic don't get this next Aegis, the game will be over very, very shortly afterwards, and that is going to be coming up here in just about 20 seconds, so it has to be on Fnatic's mind. They have to know that if Koikba gets another Aegis, the game's over.
He died very, not quickly, but it almost just like he stood there, and his death was inevitable in that engagement, and Hani just did a lot of the work there. They had some buybacks, yes, and some diebacks as well, but you look at Arise, he died back. You look at Ace, he died back. So, I mean, at this point, they're really putting all of their eggs into the Hani basket, which is exactly what you need to do. I mean, Hani, you're not the best late game carry. He's
pretty good though.
It's not awful. You're okay. He's got his blink dagger now, and
I don't know.
he also has 2.8k gold.
Top tower is under
I think it's
attack.
fine. It's an okay choice. I mean, they need positioning, but again,
true.
A lot of the fights do come down to their base, so I don't know if it's really that great. Meanwhile, top lane, Ace jumping out and Sing, the relocate going as well. This might be a kill on a Sing. He's going to try to 10% away. He's not going to make it out, and his Bloodstone is down to 4 charges, so this is just showing how rough of a game Sing has had. He's trying to go for an Aghanim stuff. He already has his blink dagger, so he's got pretty much everything he really needs to be effective. However, that was not the best engagement for him. But like you mentioned, Team Tinker will just sit down, take Roche, probably sell the Tequila, and go from there. So,
yeah, I like this choice though.
He not only picked up a blink, but he picked up a Fuel Mjolnir right afterwards for Hani. So suddenly he's getting close to 6 slotted, and he's the leading net worth. So that fight actually. You look at the net worth chart, it didn't change that drastically. I'm not sure where he's getting all this gold from. However, I mean, they defended enough that he was able to get those items. They will take the Aegis up from Medusa. Sing is back alive. He can bots into any engagement, and it's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, Slark is not the worst man fighter in the world against Medusa. Not amazing, but obviously, being able to take off 13 and hit 5 times up in the air. He's going to go down there. They do use the Brew ulti for that, though. But this is good. I mean, this fight is outside of their base. Any fight that is outside of their base is a good thing for Fnatic, you know? Just keep them away from the base.
Hani is actually stuck in some trees.
EGM,
however, he's going to use himself, but he will fall, it looks like. The right click, Pycat does buy back. Ace is very low. Crit in the trees as well. And they're just heading towards bot lane right now. They realize that Fnatic have tried to stall by taking this fight outside of their base, like you mentioned. That probably doesn't matter. Everyone's having a TP back right now, and it looks like everyone should have a TP. Hani gets away. Crit doesn't have one, but I don't think they need him at this. Actually, Overcharge is huge. Blink in. Hani trying to go in. Fire Blast. There's the Shadow Dance he can do. He has to use it a little early. Now they're going to try to bring Hani down. The Logars is going to go. They have no detection. Meanwhile, Rise walks forward for whatever reason and dies. A bit unfortunate there. His ult's not going to get off. Rise, speaking of his ult, it's down for 43 seconds. And Koikba just pew-pews away at the tower. But he's missing. Is it drunk case? Question mark. Meanwhile, Pycat jumping in Ace, getting slammed down. Pycat decides to not use his ultimate. Now he's becoming Salt Cross Aura. It's going to go down. They needed that. Now Hani not taking nearly as much damage, plus overcharge. Quickful desperately wants this Rex, and he can't take it. Drunken Haze is doing some damn work. However, the split shot going to Quickful might fall here. Aegis is going to get expended. This is a problem for Team Tinker now.
Where's team? Oh boy.
Meanwhile, Bulba coming in.
Oh,
Quickful taking a lot of damage. No mana shield. He dies instantly. And Hani is doing work. Hani's coming back in. Bulba getting glimpsed back. He's in trouble. Double kill for your Slark. They're chasing down yet another hero. That'll be 16. He's in the trees. He'll TP away. EGM not there to help out the fight. And they cannot get the racks.
Big play by Ace, getting that impale off, not letting Koikva get the mana shield off. Koikva gets the mana shield off there's a decent chance that he lives through the first part of that engagement and the team is able to come in and help him. But with that well-placed impale, he doesn't have time to use it. And this is not great now for Tinker. I mean, they still have the Medusa. Obviously, late game is going to be good, but now Hani is getting ridiculously fat. I mean, he's basically 6-slotted now. He has 4,000 gold. He does have to get BOTs, so I guess he needs a little bit more. But you know, with 4,000 gold, he's nearing his final.
Sing seems to be caught out of position. Another telekinesis coming in from EGM, and that'll save his life. But at this point in time, Fnatic are starting to push across the other side of the base and other side of the river, rather, and they're gonna try to take maybe a set of racks here. Maybe more. Quick is down for another 5 seconds. He doesn't have buyback. Really unfortunate he couldn't get his mana shield off when he respawned. He probably would have taken a set of racks if that was the case. But no such luck, and now Team Tinker, they're on the back foot now. They did not farm, I don't think, enough maybe for Koikva, but...
Hani is just so scary for them. I mean, they have good stuns, but Dark Pact is pretty good against the Ogre with how long the cast animation is. Lift is very good against Hani, but they don't have, like, you know, a Hex or something, which is really what they need to be able to burst down Hani, and as a result, he is just going crazy. I mean, he hasn't even had to get a BKB.
He's died 4 times, and he really hasn't died since about the 20-minute mark or so. His team is doing a very good job of setting things up, and he's going to try to enter the base now. He does have his static shield up. He's going to work on rank racks. Look at the damage that he was doing. There's a double shotgun coming in now. Hani does take a bit of that damage number 2 as well. The Link Berserker's call misses. Pycat has not been on point in the past 4 minutes. Meanwhile, Pycat getting bursted down. He's in some trouble here, still spinning away, but he will go down to Hani. Meanwhile, Cycling Static Storm still going to work. 6-6 is going to fall as well. This fight is going Hani and Fnatic's way. The split shot, Koikva trying to take down the Bruling. There will not be a buyback if he can get the kill on the rise, but he will get back into his full form. Hani gets another kill. Now he's going to work on Koikva. Koikva out of mana. He's going to fall. Ultra kill for Hani. They relocate back to the base. They don't even need to. Now they're going to take a set of racks and maybe even the game. Fnatic bringing this back from certain doom. And the bots are now done. They're going to TP up buyback status. The Dire team does not have a single one. This is game over. Fnatic will take game number 1 in a surprising turn of events. Team Tinker, they go down despite having a Medusa up against the Slark. 9 times out of 10, you think that goes Team Tinker's way, but a bit of a rough late game, and Hani goes to work.
That's just, honestly, that feels like a loss that they should have gotten. You know, Tinker maybe not patient enough, but now, I mean, it's over. They're undead. And at the end of the day,
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Well, great game 1 to start things off again. We've got 5 more games left today. We got a lot of Dota for you. And if anything, if it's anything like that, I'm very excited to see where it heads from here. Again, my name's Ma. With me is What Is Hip. Greg, final thoughts for game number 1.
Tinker needs to play a bit more careful, I think, with their pushes. They just pushed in. Hani got a bunch of kills and then they lost. I don't know.
Well, a rough game. So that'll be the end. Fnatic take the victory. We'll move on to game number 2. Again, it's a 2-game series, no best of 3, 2-game series coming up shortly. My name is Ma. With me tonight is What Is Hip or Greg. You can check me out at twitter.com/whatishiptv. You can check me out at twitter.com/MaDota. Of course, check out DotaPit at dotapit.com and twitter.com/DotaPit. And shout out to all our sponsors, Sapphire, AMD, Twitch, Tessero, and Sennheiser. Guys, it's been a pleasure. We'll be back in game number 2 in just a second, guys. Stick around.